Hi everyone, welcome back. Welcome to another special video. Welcome to another special video, okay? Alright you all, are you ready for the special video? Because I'm ready for the special video, okay? If you're ready for the special video, on the count of 3, let's start these 3 deep inhales, okay? Pause. Are you all sitting in your living room with the lights off, watching TV? I need you to turn some lights on. I don't want you sitting in a dark house. It's not good for you. It's not good for your peripheral visions. It's not good for working that, you feel me, keeping that active. So turn the lights on. Pause this video. Turn the light on. It don't have to be that ugly ceiling light. It don't have to be that ugly light. I understand. I don't like that ugly light either. I understand. I'm on the wavelength, okay? I hear you loud and clear, but turn some lights on. All right. Thank you. All right, let's continue. I said turn some lights on, and now I'm seeing somebody like cooking in their kitchen, and they're using all the stoves. So y'all got a nice oven, five eyes. I need us to be very mindful because I see like pots boiling over, and you know when pots boil over, are we gonna clean the stove? Are we gonna deep clean the stove, the top of the stove at least? Okay, you know what that means? That grease, it'll get hard. Okay. And then I also, when I closed my eyes again, I saw cacti. The little ones that's like really prickly. They're like, something is wrong with their nutrients. It's in the soil. And it's like the roots are like not able to attain substance. It's, I don't know, it's something like that. And it's not like fully nutrient. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? I give you an instance. It's like calcium is like has holes in it. You get when like caterpillars be like eating your vegetables. You're like, I know it's a caterpillar here. You're like, girl, how? People be like, well, see the little holes? Caterpillars eating the holes. So it's giving a deficiency, calcium deficiency. So we need to also be very mindful of our knees, our joints. And I saw like our knees, so be very mindful of like if you're rollerblading, you're out there rollerblading on Lakeshore Drive, I see it. I need you to start incorporating knee pads and shoulder pads and helmets. It's really good. What's this called? Like this area of the arm, I see us falling, and that's the area that's getting like scratched the fuck up. Sorry for like cursing, but scratched up, scraped up. And I didn't really understand why plantain, the herb that grows outside, that's like a stalk, and it has some nice, beautiful leaves. Ooh, those leaves are bandages. Those leaves help against mosquito bites. You feel me? There are many things that you can use with plantain, but that's the herb of the solar eclipse. So that's the herb from this solar eclipse to the next solar eclipse. So this 6 months, this starting today. This is, what day is it? September 15th. It's September 15th. It's like 10:30. It's 10:56 p.m. September 15th. Starting now to 6 months. You feel me? The next eclipse. But I don't really say it like that because you know it's a cycle, and I understand that there's a cycle. And we're gonna talk really deeply into that. And this is a freebie, so enjoy it, okay? And I'm sorry to go off on this tangent before we really get started in the video, but we need to follow these moments of inspiration. And if we don't follow it, or if we don't see the steps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we can get caught off and we won't pick up all the omens, because the solar eclipse season in general is nature-packed omens for us. You feel me? Nature-packed omens to communicate with us. So I'll be taking in the information, and this is taking in the information as it's coming. So we need to be very mindful of our intuition, our sight. You feel me? And that's that sight, like physically seeing like what's playing out in the world, like yeah, there. But the sight is in like what you're feeling, what you're picking up on. When you close your eyes, you in that like little moment of like meditation. But like I be in like my little daydream, you feel me? And I be like soaring the galaxy, girl, on my surfboard. I almost had an Archangel Gabriel joke, but I'm gonna keep going, okay? But yes, we need to be very mindful about that, especially if we're owning cacti, like having cacti in our own vicinity. That's something that's I like. Some people are into succulents, some people into like um, indoor herb garden. You feel me? Some people are just into cacti inside the crib. You feel me? Like I understand nothing, but yeah, be very mindful about that. Then there's something going on with turtles, so there's a lot going on. It's also something going on with water and foam. So I'm hearing like water restriction, like water boil. What's the boil? I don't know when. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Let's get back. Let's get back. Okay. It's a lot of smoke, like blowing smoke. So I need us to be very mindful of what people are saying, the illusions that we're walking in. If we're having dreams that have illusions in it, and I really don't like dreams like that. They be pissing me off. Be very mindful of who's engaging in the illusions. Be very mindful of what's going on in the dream. Be very mindful of how you're feeling, okay? For real. Pay attention to all that stuff. Also pay attention to the colors of the dream. Is it a black and gray dream? Is it a blue, hues of blue dream? You feel me? Is it hues of white and shadows? You feel me? Like, pay attention to all of that. All of that is useful, okay? But let's go back. Okay, pause. Have you all did a face steam? And going to the sauna is a really good step, yes, but it's not doing a face steam. When was the last time you did a face steam? Because I'm hearing that people are I'm hearing cholesterol. People are cholesterol, and that's not what it's saying. People are congested, okay? So what's going on with cholesterol? What's going on? What's that? Oh my goodness, y'all. What is that yellow brand? Cheerios. What's going on with Cheerios, okay? Pay attention to Cheerios, the company. Pay attention to that 100%. Something going on with like, it's saying layoffs and it's saying employees and it's saying like factories. So I don't know what's going on, y'all. Y'all see, I'm right here with y'all trying to pay attention and do this reading, get through the very first 7 minutes so you can do our 3 deep cleansing reps. So pay attention. Pay attention to the news. That's where the information is coming from, the news, okay? And a lot of times, another tangent, this is more so like mediumship tangent and not like the memory astrologer tangent, okay? So I apologize, y'all. Please forgive me. Please accept this as an offering. So a lot of times the information is coming through the news, so be very mindful about what you're hearing, listening to on the news. There can be also radio news. So when you're driving in the car, you got that CNBC, you know, the news stations on the cars. Just be very mindful what you're hearing, what you're seeing, okay? Yes. Be very mindful of how it's pulling at your heartstrings too, okay? We're gonna keep going, okay? Oof. Something's going on with swampland. This is giving Florida, it's giving Louisiana, it's giving, I don't know, it's saying deteriorating. And it don't really look like deteriorating, but it looks like I really don't know what that would be called, ecosystem environmental awareness people. I apologize, but it looks like, you know, something could be in like lush, and now over time it doesn't have the lush. It's like not lush environment. It's that 100%. It's with trees. There's something going on with the bark. There's something going on with like, I don't know. I'm seeing stem inside a tree, but trees have bark. So something's going on with the bark. Fungi, something bacterial. I really don't know. It's impacted by moisty, mugginess. So moist, muggy, that could be a bacteria, which means it has what is it called? Starts with a G, a drainage problem. So there's a drainage problem that we need to be very mindful of. We should look up things that are absorbent but not like hold water. And in my head, I'm thinking about sand. But we need to about maybe clay. I like that. That's that calcium. Ooh. All right, y'all. I like that. Yeah. Now it's saying pay attention to the bayou. Okay. All right, y'all. Y'all ready? Okay. 3 deep inhales. Inhale from your nose. Hold it. Exhale. Excellent. 3 times. All right. We're going to do that to be aware, open, and ready for this special message, If people work, this is another message, another mediumship message, channeling message. If you all work in a environment that is like an office space, be very mindful of, like, I don't know, it's like something going on at the top of the cafeteria area, but they have like, what would they be called? Cabinets. It's something on with the cabinets, and you just be very mindful about that. Maybe it's storage, everything about storing things up there. I don't think the cleanliness, it's just giving like dust bunnies up there. Needs to be very mindful about that 100%. Maybe the vents are being cleaned out and we're wondering why everybody's sneezing. I really don't know, but I just see vents. I see the top of cabinets. I see storage. So maybe also if you like have the extra food storage stuff up there, I need us to be very mindful about that 100%. But I also need us just to be very mindful about leaving our stuff in like the cafeteria storage room. Yeah. I'm also seeing that there is a constriction like of air in cafeteria and storage rooms, and I would probably avoid them unless they have like open windows, like wind movement environment, because it's like stank air. You feel me? Like it's just not movement air. It's giving like, you know, mosquitoes, and they just like gather in the area that's most moist. It's giving that. It's no wind, no air, no nothing. So I would just probably avoid that area and eat in like a different area, okay? If you eat in a different area, I promise you there was something there that you probably really needed, and it's saying in my head sunlight. So maybe we need some sunlight and engaging with sunlight. Maybe we need to sit near a window. Maybe we need to, I don't know, people watch. I don't know, just sit in this new environment and gauge how it makes you feel that very first day. You know, try it out. Try different environments, okay? Just be open to that. All right, y'all. Okay, so this is a very special video. This is the eclipse video. I'm not going to say lunar eclipse and solar eclipse because we're just going to jam pack it and do it into one video, okay? Excellent. Wonderful. Okay, you all, we're 13 minutes in, okay? If you all would love to send and share this video message out, if you all would love to send and share this video message out, please do send it with your friends, send it with your family, send it with those organizations, send it with those and to those people who allow you to continue growing and blossoming into the person that you are destined to be, okay? Excellent. If you all would love to send a love offering, okay? We are totally accepting it, okay? Tips are not required, but they are accepted, okay? You can send tips through the Cashapp. You can send love offerings, through gifts on the Amazon wish list. We very much appreciate you all. Everything you do allows us to continue growing and blossoming, so we can further share all this information and knowledge with y'all. You feel me? Period. Like, thank you for opening the doors for us, okay? Thank you. We very much greatly appreciate you all, okay? Excellent. Don't forget to previously read and watch the Uranus retrograde video, written notes. The videos on the YouTube. Yes, I understand that the YouTube, I believe, is shadow banned, okay, because that's another video. But also the written notes are on TheeMemoryAstrologer. That's THEE MemoryAstrologer.com. All right, read the written notes. Read your yearly horoscopes. Don't forget that those yearly horoscopes can also be read as a zodiac, like, horoscope of each season. So what season are we in currently? The sun is in what? The sun's in Virgo. So since the sun's in Virgo, we should be looking at the horoscope of Virgo, all right? All right, you all. So we can be aware, so we can be in the pattern, so we can be knowingly walking into what we're supposed to be doing, right? Whole time. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. This is also a really another good time to do a tambourine. So sound healing circle. Sound healing is really something that we should add into our scope. And maybe just because this is a Uranus retrograde, step 2, preview 2. You're like, girl, the Lunar astrologer, why are you saying that this is a Uranus retrograde step 2? And you feel me? we're gonna get right into that the whole time. If you didn't watch that video, go watch the video right now. If you didn't watch that video, go watch that video. If you really didn't watch the video, don't forget to go watch the video, okay? Excellent. Wonderful. We appreciate you. All right, so we are talking about the eclipse. And you're like, girl, why did the eclipse even matter? Okay, so we like to see the eclipse, the memory astrologer likes to see the eclipse as a natural omen. And your girl like, why does this stuff even matter? Okay, so natural omens are very important because if something that happens that previously doesn't happen in your habit, you should be like, you know, why did this happen? Why did this suddenly happen this day during this certain time after I did this and right before I did that? You feel me? That should be like a cue, clue, like something bigger is going on. I need to, you know, tune and fine tune and be much, you know, aware of what's going on, right? Basically. So with natural omens such as this, or like, you know, when nature communicates through storm or anything else, those are things that we need to be, you know, aware of. Or when it touches down, or like, you know, when thunder and lightning impact a tree and like, I don't know, Louisiana, Texas, Florida, those are areas we need to be very mindful of, you feel me? Because something happened that doesn't really normally happen, okay? So yes, eclipses normally do happen, but they happen infrequently. And infrequently, I'm saying every 6 months, because they do happen every 6 months, okay? So these are natural omens, okay? Excellent. There are a lot of things that can fall in these natural omens, but we're just going to follow underneath the astrological natural omens, okay? Excellent. So, don't forget, an eclipse is when the sun, moon, and earth engages, okay? Sun, moon, and earth engages. Sun, moon, and earth engages. So who's the earth? We are. This is the realm we're on. Sorry, this is the world we're on. This is the world we're in right now. Earth. We're on Earth. Shout out to Earth. You feel me? Right after Mercury, right before Mars. You feel me? These are our neighbors, okay? So we're right here. And Earth is engaging with Sun, and Earth is engaging with the Moon, okay? Don't forget that the Sun is the ability, or more so is the sunlight, is the vitality, is the force on which we and all the other creations, all the other asteroids, all the other planets, all the other dwarf planets, all the other objects and stuff in the space, all are standing up, or all are movement, all have this gravitational pull because of that giant star, which is the sun, okay? So because of that, we have this. The moon is our natural satellite, so that's something we need to be very mindful of, okay? So now we have vitality and our natural satellite working hand in hand together now for Earth, okay? So we should really be saying like, whoa, this is a very magnetic time, right? I'll be like, you know what? My little magnet, you are so correct. You are so wonderful. You are so intelligent. Yes, you are, okay? So yes, it's a very magnetic time, okay? So this is a time of things that we need to be very mindful of, how we engage with ourselves, how we engage with other peoples, how we engage with our understanding of the world, how we engage with our understanding of the realm play of the world. And you're like, realm play, what is that? You feel me? The levels of consciousness, you know, when you play, we'll get further into that in the planning card reading, all right? But let's just be very mindful about that, okay? So eclipse happened twice a year, every 6 months. So it happened earlier this year, like, what's this? It's September. So 6 months away from September. September is 9, so 3. So March was the lunar eclipse. And the next eclipse will be in October, and that will be a solar eclipse. And that means 6 months away from 10 is 4. So there was a solar eclipse in April. So that is just basically that. But I wanted to just put a little note right here, okay? Yes, we are following the eclipse flows of like 6 months ago to right now. But we also need to start thinking about looking at it from the holistic of like, what zodiac sign was that last eclipse in? You feel me? What zodiac signs were impacting during those eclipses? Because then we'll start seeing the deeper chapters or the deeper looks at the characters playing, or more so interact in stories, you feel me? Like, yes, we know a reading story. Like, yeah, but now the story is Peter Cottontails. You feel me? You didn't previously know that you were reading Peter Cottontails. You thought you was reading, you feel me, Sam I Am. No, you're not. So this is very much important. I just wanted us to be fully aware, okay? All right, hold time. I got some notes, y'all. I written my notes out. I got a little confused, and I had to go check my notes, and it was tell me something else. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to listen to that. I'm going to just do it how we do it, okay? So we're going to do a lunar eclipse first, because that's first. Then we're going to talk about the solar eclipse, and then we're going to do a card playing message, and then we're going to do a oracle. We'll probably do an oracle and card playing, okay? All right, you all. Are you ready? Ooh. I know you see me standing here. Yeah, Zoe 101. Don't I look good, my dear? Don't I look good today? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Hey, this is my... Y'all, I just love Zoe 101. That was my jam. Okay. So maybe we need to be very much mindful of Zoe 101 and them characters and what's going on. You feel me? Because I loved it. And I also thought about Kim Possible. And I was like, and I'm here to save the world. Kim Possible. You feel me? I was going to give it to y'all, but I was like, calm down. Okay, so let's get into it. So the lunar eclipse is in Pisces. It's September 17th. So shout out to my auntie. That's her birthday. So, if your birthday is on the lunar eclipse or the solar eclipse, which is October 2nd, happy birthday. You're going to have an electrifying birthday from this period to the very next period of that same birthday, okay? I hope that you really enjoy it, okay? Excellent. So, lunar eclipse is in Pisces and it's September 17th. The last solar eclipse in Pisces was February 26, 2017, and it was an 8th degree of Pisces, okay? So, we need to be very mindful about that time period, okay? Remember how I was saying, like, yeah, this is a lunar eclipse, and yeah, we just had a lunar eclipse, but this was when the last lunar eclipse happened in Pisces. It was February 26, 2017. So what was you doing February 26, 2017? Who was you talking to? What was going on in your life? What was important? Who was not important? What clothes were you wearing? What things were you deciding? You feel me? How have you grown from February 26, 2017 to right now, baby? We're in 2025. What's that? 3 plus 2. What's 5 years, babe? So if we do a playing card message and then 5 start rolling up and I gave you this look, I'm going to give you this look. I'm going to give you something like, give you something like, you feel me? Pull the lever, crunk, you feel me? When your eyes, one get bigger than the other. When I start looking at you like that, and we said that the last lunar eclipse in Pisces was February 26, 2017. I need you to go on your camera roll. I need you to see who you was texting. I need you to see who you was friends with. Are you all still friends? What values did you have? You feel me? What thoughts did you have about yourself? Like, in the next 5 years, I'll be walking on the moon. Okay, baby, did you walk on the moon? Okay, I need you to think like that. I need you to see it. Go in your camera roll. Pause the video. Go in your camera roll. Okay. In the time before that, so it was an annual solar eclipse. Okay, I'm saying all this annual and total and like prenumeral. Oh my goodness, penumbral. You feel me? I'm gonna say all those things, but I'm gonna tell you. I'm just saying big words so we know what they call. But whole time we saying eclipses. Okay, like. We're not doing that. We're not doing big words, mean big things. No, we're gonna break it down because that's what we should be doing, right? Excellent. So then from that previous solar eclipse, solar annual eclipse on February 26, 2017 in Pisces. The previous one before that was March 8, 2016, okay? So that was 5 years and now this is 6 years. Oh, I'm saying 2025. Ooh, why am I saying we're currently already in 2025? Is this like an overall preview of what 2025 is going to look like for us? This is 2024. That was 3 plus 4. Why did I get 5 years? Girl, I can't add. 3 plus 4 is 7. So from the last 7 years, geez Louise. So I need to look at 5s and 7s. I also need to check my math. So y'all need to start checking y'all math because I'm wrong. So February 26, 2017 from now. So do y'all math calculations. And then March 8th, 2016 to now. What's that? 6 years would be 2022. 7, 8 years. 7, 8 years. When you look back on yourself 7, 8 years ago, how old were you? What was going on in your life? What's going on in your life now, okay? I need you to see that. What have you attached yourself to? What have you attained? Are you all still attached? Are you all still attained? You feel me? How are your viewpoints about love? How's your viewpoints about connection? How's your viewpoints about connecting to people, okay? Who were your friends? You feel me? Okay, so look at those time periods, 2017, 2016. So those time periods that we're playing out right now. So we clearly know there's a 7, 8 year cycle going on. 7, 8 year cycle, so that's given 7 times what? 12 is what? Girl, I don't know. That's giving Neptune, Uranus. We need to be very mindful about that. That's giving, I like that. A self and growing into your awareness of your engagement with others from that self. I like that. I like that because that reminds me. We're gonna really cut in, okay? So this reminds me of when you first started playing with yourself and getting to understand yourself, like with toys and stuff at home. You feel me? And then you started going to daycare, okay? So you have now a little bit engagement with other kids, and then you started going to preschool. You feel me? So now you have engagement with more deeper kids, you feel me? And then you started going to the park, and then you started going to parties, you feel me? So your engagement with kids, with others, highlighted, is growing, is engaging, especially your relationship to self, what you like and what you don't like, your viewpoints about the world, your viewpoints about engaging, you feel me? There's just so many other things that are really defined and developed during those 7, 8 years. So I need us to be very mindful about that, open about that. Also makes me think about we need to be more so paying attention to our children and how they're playing and how they're engaging with people, especially their like play and social skills. And I only say play and social skills because I need us to see about the sharing aspect, cooperation, relationship building, the ability to like try to make a friend type. I need us to be very mindful about that, social engagements, because I think we need to start. I don't want to get into that. It was really trying to put like emphasis on like identify our kids with what they want earlier in life, and I'm trying to say like define hobbies, assist them in defining themselves, defining their likes and interests early from that perspective. You know what I'm saying? It's that. So that's something we need to be very mindful for the lunar eclipse. Okay, the solar eclipse, that's October 2nd. Okay, that is in Libra. Okay. So the last eclipse that was in Libra was the solar annual, and that was October 14, 2023, and that was on 21 degree Libra. So look back to October 14, 2023. That was like a year ago. You feel me? Like see what's going on, see what's going up, see what's not going up. You feel me? See your relationships, go in your camera roll. That's really often. So you might have your text messages from me, okay? And then the lunar eclipse, which is super duper often. You can super duper go back in your camera roll, in your text message roll to see who you was kiki, ha ha, in the face, who face you was in, you feel me? You can see all that good stuff. What happened March 25th, 2024, because it was a 5 degree Libra solar eclipse. Sorry, lunar eclipse. That was a lunar eclipse. All right. Perfect. And then I have some more notes, okay? So there was a P numeral lunar eclipse September 16, 2016. Jesus, September 16, 2016. That was in 24 degree Pisces. Okay, so that's something that we need to be very mindful of because that gives us more information that we can go back and look up. The total solar eclipse was March 20th, 2015, and that was in 29 degree Pisces, okay? So now we have 2017, we have 2016, we have 2016, and we have 2015. These are years we need to be very mindful of, and how we've basically grown from those situations, okay? The next is a total lunar eclipse, and that was April 4th, 2015, and that's for 14 degree in Libra. So that was a lunar eclipse in Libra. So that solar eclipse, October 2nd, the dates we need to be very mindful of: October 14th, 2023, March 25th, 2024, April 4th, 2015, March 23rd, 2016, April 15th, 2014. Okay? Perfect. Excellent. Don't forget that there will be a written, well, not there. Don't forget that there will be written notes on the website, okay? So don't forget to read the website. Don't forget to read the website for Uranus retrograde, because there is spiritual baths, there is spiritual etiquettes, there is a breakdown of why we need to be very mindful about these things. And we previously said electromagnetic systems are something that is very much highlighted. So what is the electromagnetic system, my love? Or more so, let's deeper define, why is it important? So everyone loves to talk about aura. Oof, girl, your aura is so big and beautiful. I feel your aura all the way over here. You feel me? They say things like that. Oh, your aura must be yellow and green, huh? But really, what is your aura, okay? Your aura is your electromagnetic system that is personified, something that you can physically see, okay? So your electromagnetic systems are these waves, or more so I like to say your electromagnetic system is your Aquarius. That's Aquarius. And your aura will be Pisces, okay? So with this, we need to be very mindful about our impact of our electromagnetic systems, because it can show through the aura. So our electromagnetic system is a spiritual system. It is a electrical system. You feel me? It is an emotional system, which means that every time we engage with electrical forces, which is other people, which is systems, which is computers, you feel me? Which is like basically anything, right? Our cars, you feel me? Say for instance, we get really heated, really upset, right? We use a lot of energy from that electromagnetic system, that engagement, right? So say for instance, maybe we weren't able to express that anger. So now we just hold that anger in, okay? I need us to just have this understanding, okay? So from this, our electromagnetic system can even take hit from other people, from other situations, from outside forces, right? So to be able to keep it intact and to keep it aware and to keep it healthy and to keep it basically harmony and in balance, and to keep your aura clean, pure, and out of control, right? Right. Excellent. To keep it cleansed, spiritual bath and spiritual hygiene is important, is needed, is required. In Uranus retrograde, the written notes were expressing the need for cleansings and why it's necessary for the electromagnetic system, for the aura, for the person, but for the object or the thing. If we have an electromagnetic system, guess what else does? Our house, our babies, our cars, our altars, our sacred spaces, our spiritual works, our thoughts. Excellent. Let's get into it. 34 minutes in. So lunar eclipse, September 2024 to Tuesday, okay? So Tuesday brings the power or the energy of Mars. So we need to be very mindful of our force, our energy, our desires, how we act to things, our engine, the things that we start. So the lunar eclipse is a time of, clearly the moon is here, right? The moon is our facet that is being highlighted, blown up. So here we might, well, it's not even might, here we know that there is going to be a supermoon, right? Because I think it was like Priapus, like in a, like 4th house or something. Where's Aries at? I don't think it'll be a supermoon. I think the solar eclipse will be a supermoon. But this won't be a supermoon. I mean, if we lived on Mars. But okay, the ascendant. I'm gonna show you all the chart, okay? If only I had it highlighted. I'm just gonna like circle the ascendant, okay? Alright, you all, there is the ascendant, and what sign is that? What sign is that? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Let me hear it. Taurus, 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 Taurus. So immediately what I like to say is that Taurus is a sign of the throat. And people I immediately think of as rappers, song artists, singers, musicians, artists in general, okay? This is a very strong time, an important time for artists. They might be dropping information. Give me a second, where's Neptune? Yeah, they might be releasing things, okay? They might be releasing things, maybe movies, maybe collaborations, maybe photos, maybe singles. I'm seeing the singles, you feel me? I don't see no full album. I'm seeing like little singles. You ever get like it's a single to see how people will like will react to the whole? It's giving now, okay? We need to be very mindful about that. 100%. So anyways, the ascendant is 29-degree Taurus. So this basically lets me know that this is a test of the Taurus. The test of the Taurus. And you're saying, girl, why? Because anything 29-degree, I love a 29-degree. 29-degree is like, okay, girl, what did you learn? Combination test. Okay, this is the chapter test, okay? We read chapter 1 in class. You took home homework. You had to review this. You feel me? I gave you the study guide. You feel me? We ran over the study guide, right? We went over it. And I asked you all if you had any questions, right? And here is the test that's probably the exact same way that the questions were the teacher gave you. It's that. 29 degrees that. You feel me? It's okay. Thank you for this information. Now it's a test. So now we know it's a sensory test. Now we know it's a regulation test. Now we know it's a are you paying attention test. Now it's a reaction test. We need to be very mindful of what we say. So, but when I'm looking at this chart, it's a bunch of accidents. So especially this house, we got an accident right here. Say Hygeia 4 in retrograde. Hygeia 4 retrograde. And then it say ascending 29 degrees. So there's an ability for us to previously like not know something, but can feel it. So I like Taurus because body awareness, and then after body awareness is the growth of that. During this time period, what have you grown about yourself? What have you grown about your awareness to yourself? What have you listened? Have you listened to yourself? That's that. Were you paying attention to when your body said this and when your body said that? It's that. Now it's okay, this is a paying attention test. I need us to be able to be slow down. Do not get, stuck in our way of thinking or engagement. We need to think outside the box. We need to slow down and think outside the box. Think outside the box and slow down and think outside the box. Okay? Excellent. This is a time for poems. And maybe I should drop a little poem, okay? The poem is yeah, I'm not off the dome like that. I'm not a rapper, okay? But it's an Alice of Wonderland and it's a Mercury. And it should be something on the lines of follow your feet, you follow your path, But if you don't, you won't last. Follow your intuition, follow your mind, follow your heart, and that's the part. Oh my goodness. Listen to the ones who talk to you in riddles. Don't ignore them because there's a fiddle. Pay attention to what the sounds you hear, clean the air, and incense you smell. Chamomile, vanilla, lemongrass is one too. Lemon balm is a favorite. I drink some if I was you. The thing here is to listen, because that's where they get you. Try not to ignore the flirtation. It'll get you. Okay, the flirtation part to get you. Girl, what's going on in the 5th house? Everything. The sun is there. Conjunct Orcus. Conjunct Mercury. Conjunct Vesta. Vesta conjunct Mercury, conjunct Orcus, conjunct the sun. I appreciate that. But let's go back. Okay. This is a really good time for us to listen to things, okay? Take things in. Maybe this is a really good time we want to start reading books, listening to books. I would just finish the books that we've been doing, and I would just do that 100%, 100%. And if we didn't complete something, this is a really good time to go back to review. You feel me? Maybe we didn't see a previous engagement. Reread what you previously had. If you didn't read a chapter or read a book, read those chapters over again. Read back to what you remember, okay? This is a really good time to work on our memory match, remembering skills. And I really much appreciate that. I feel like a lot of people get terrified of like the going down process. So when you start something, or when like your the shadow aspect of learning yourself, because there is an aspect of like going down and like staying down, and it don't like the coming up aspect. And we need to learn every facet. We need to learn every facet to love every facet, okay? And I'm saying that because perseverance is a gift. Perseverance and grit is a gift that we all need to have. Tunnel vision is useful so we can focus in, you feel me? Like to gain in, you feel me? Focus in, you feel me? Get your mind right. It's a lot of control and constraint of oneself that we're learning, that we're growing to understand, right? But for us to have the control and constraint of oneself, we need to be able to be mindful to know what we're capable of, right? And if we don't, we need to have somebody who know what we're capable of, or knowing what to see to know what one's capable of. You feel me? We need that. Okay, so solar eclipse, that's the ascendant that we're looking things through. Is through Taurus. It's through the ascendant of feeling. It's through the ascendant of communicating. So we need to be very mindful of how we communicate, right? How quickly we communicate, okay? What's that, Leo? Yeah, we need to be very mindful of what we say and how we say it. It's the tone. It's the way we say it. It's the words we choose, you feel me? If we don't feel it, if we don't have the emotional engagement, if we don't have, you feel me? If we don't have it, let people know. Speak to them. You feel me? Speak to me, baby. Speak to them. Speak to them. Communicate with them, okay? So, on the ascendant, we have Uranus. And then we also have Algol, okay? So, free everybody who's shamed. Free everybody who's shunned. You feel me? I like Algol. I really rocks with her. I really understand what she do and why she's useful, 100%. She is 100 a wonderful protector, okay? She also allows people to understand their aspects of like what they need when they need it. And I give you the really good you give me a really good example. You know when to protect yourself, right? You know how to hee ha with an individual, you feel me? So that's a learning aspect. You feel me? That's a learning aspect. I can use a learner. Those all sensitive. Taurus. So we need to be very mindful of who we talking to and how much we're talking. Okay. So we know we need to be listening to the word. So maybe we need to be listening to the gospel, okay? Listening to what people are saying 100%. Here, Uranus retrograde is here, so that's why I'm saying we need to be very much mindful of the Uranus retrograde and what's going on. So I'll be very mindful to watch that, to listen to that. Okay, we might be wanting to step away from our previous values, and to step away from our previous values, we gotta know, like, you feel me, what we capable of. Why we engaging like that? You feel me? We didn't have those previous mindsets beforehand, but now we do. And maybe this is a repeat, a relapsing, so as to be more mindful of. You feel me? Maybe this happened. This did happen July 24. I watched the Uranus retrograde video. It's on YouTube. Okay. So opposition from the ascendant is Pallas Athena. And I like this because there is some deeply ingrained behaviors that we need to awaken, to wake up, right? To see how they're impacting us, right? And that's what we're learning. We're learning reflections. We're learning things that we weren't previously aware of. And that's why I was saying to myself, why do I have to talk about Uranus, Mercury? For me, why does this even matter? And why does sesquadrate square? It's the 135-degree angle, okay, y'all? I can say the 135-degree angle. Like, I can see it in astrology, but I can't say the word. And I love minor aspects. Minor aspects is my thing. Like, if somebody can be like, yeah, this is the type of astrologer I am. I adore minor aspects. I feel like those are the things that people count out, but like, those is like the main the main issues. You feel me? Be like, you know what? Something's wrong with this clock. And then be like, yeah, it's this little bitty nail all the way back in row 6. Yeah, that minor aspect. You feel me? So I understand now what the bigger picture is and why we need to wake it up and why it's useful. It's Uranus Mercury, okay? And I'm gonna just be real with y'all. When was Uranus Mercury, so we can be aware? Uranus conjunct Mercury, Mercury conjunct Uranus dance of 2024 was May 17, 2024 through June 3rd, 2024. Sorry. Oh, yeah, sorry. April 7th. Oh, my goodness. So it's May 17, 2024 through June 3rd, 2024. And Mercury retrograde semi-sextile Uranus was April 13, 2024. So that was really the preview of all this. April 13, 2024 was the preview for the falling of the dominoes. That's what Uranus is, the falling of the dominoes. Well, that's really like a whole like Pluto play too, you feel me? If we're smart, but I'm gonna keep going. So Mercury Uranus and Uranus Mercury is something that we need to be very mindful of. Look at those dates, okay? Perfect. Show. We talked about that. I'm looking at the wrong chart again, y'all. Okay, so opposition that, yeah. So I'm also seeing that there's some parental engagements, and I'm saying parental engagements like a lack of validation of oneself, a lack of like upliftment, like speaking good things into oneself. And that is something that we had to overcome as a child. And I really feel as though that we should be able to learn what we need to communicate it, to be able to give it to our children, to be able to give it to our offspring, because that is a way that will assist us in growing our own self-belief and self-fulfillment system within self. And you say, what the hell is a self-fulfillment system? When we can believe in oneself and believe in, you know, the continuous process, like even if I fall, I can still keep going type thing, self-fulfillment, success process. That's very useful, and that will allow the child themselves to have good stamina within self. And I think it's useful. I think it's useful. It allowed them to be more what's the word? Optimistic, 100%. And that's a useful skill to have, you feel me, to not be... I feel like optimism is a very good skill to have because you can talk about it from the moon, Neptune, sorry, not the moon, Neptune, moon, Saturn, and Saturn, moon perspective of feeling the highs and lows of situations extremely. And that can allow you a sense of like regulation and to know like, okay, like, bro, whole time, if I push through these 3 months, like I can do it, I can do this, and it won't be that bad. You feel me? That's why this is needed, so it won't clash. The highs and lows won't feel like, damn, like this forever. Like, bro, I ain't never finna come out the cave. Like, no. Okay? No. Perfect. Perfect. I like this. I really also want to say that the opposition of ascendant is part of fortune. And I briefly want to talk about this because on the ascendant for the solar eclipse is part of fortune. So there is a ability that we have to work to fortune. We have to work to the greatness. And it's also talking about a mental work, a physical work. Mental work can just be, looking at things from a bunch of different perspectives. Mental work can telling us maybe we need to think outside the box just a little bit. In what way have we limited ourselves? Have we limited our mindset? Have we limited our ways of approaching the world? You feel me? Uranus in the first house is asking us to change that. Maybe we want to change quickly our awareness of how we dress. Taurus, what we eat, we might change our diet really quickly. You feel me? We need to be very mindful about that. Where's Venus at? Yeah, I'm thinking close. Aquarius. Yeah, friend group. Yeah, we might be like switching people up, okay? Just letting you know. So with this, there's a shame and shun of women that we need to be mindful of. We need to beat that up. I'm just gonna be real. We need to beat up the shame and shun women. Ingrained misogynistic values that we have within ourselves. That could be both on ladies' side and men's side. Okay. We already talked about the not being validated by parents. It's like a mom and dad wound. It shows up as mom for a like validation of our thoughts and our imagination, and the dad it comes up as validating our self-development. So we need to, validate those areas. Okay, and also dad's coming up in validating our choices and our self-confidence. So that's another area we need to be very mindful of and beat that up and to honor ourselves, you feel me? So we already talked about the test. The test also will be under how to keep oneself safe, how to keep oneself aware. And I'm saying self because Hygeia starts off the house and the 29th degree is the ascendant. So is it keeping oneself safe? Yes, we need to think about respiratory. We think about taking things in. That's why I understand about why they were talking about the, what is it called? The window action. Y'all, my legs are just like, I be getting overstimulated when I'm sitting down for a super duper long time, especially doing astrology, because I just want to move around. I remember I used to do astrology at the desk, and now I like to do it in a little office space. But we're going to go back to what we're doing. So I already talked about the ascendant, I already talked about part of fortune. On the ascendant, conjunct the ascendant is Sedna, and I really much appreciate her story because we just previously said shout out to Algo about everybody who shamed and shunned, and this probably really super duper Sedna's father's fault that she did that, and that what happened to her, because we need to be very mindful about that story. That's really what it's trying to say. Be very mindful about the stories of women playing out in history, especially their voices, our voices of women. You feel me? Are we listening to them? Also, their It's voices of women. Women are speaking strictly of like the creator speaking from them type thing. Be very mindful about that. Hella be very mindful about that, especially women with like animation cartoons with like women leads. Like, pay attention to those 100%. Okay. Heck yeah. And it was given Alice in Wonderland, so that is something we need to watch. But if you watch the written video, that'd be super duper helpful. So on the ascendant, the ruler of the chart is Venus, and Venus is in the 6th house. Okay, so something that could be used as appeasement. Well, my goodness, the 6th house has an accident. It goes from Cheshire Cat to DNA. Are we not paying attention to what our ancestors are communicating to us? They're really, like, that's why I was, like, talking in that poem. Like, they're talking through people who speak double jointed. I mean, not double jointed. Double words. Double talk. They're speaking through people like that. And I need us to be very mindful about that. I need us to also be very mindful of watching cartoons, once again, and taking in the information that they're sharing with you. Because I feel like we need our confirmations are coming in from people, other people outside of ourselves. They're coming. We need to watch cartoons, yeah. Cartoons that has an engagement of higher consciousness, so it could be like real person and animal. So it could be like Tarzan. You know, Tarzan was real person animal. What's the other show? Lady and the Tramp, cartoon and animal. Toys. What's the damn toys? Buzz Lightyear, real person and animal. Oh yeah, that was stuffed toy. That would be more Virgo. That would be more puppet. I mean, this can fall underneath that because it's Virgo right here. But do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, Jumanji, no, because there were no talking animals. You feel me? There was none of that. But B-movie, yes. You feel me? Stuff like that, 100%. They used to have something with Pan's Labyrinth. Yes, it needs to have like a, I don't want to say Lilith because Lilith is right here, but it needs to have a shadowy overtone with it. That's what I'm saying. Pan, that's what I'm saying. Tarzan. Yeah. 100%. Any other cartoons like that? Yes. It makes me think of Mary and the Witchflower on Netflix. Yes. It makes me think of, it's another show. Oh my goodness. Y'all, I have some really good. Just read the written notes, okay? Okay, so the ruler of the chart is Venus and Venus. Okay, so we already said Cheshire, Make, Lilith. Who is this? Juno. Yeah, communicate our needs in relationships. Yo, are we not saying what we need in relationships? What makes us feel good? What makes us feel fulfilled? What makes us feel like understood? Why do we feel like we shouldn't be able to share that? Like, that's being open and available. So this chart, women, vertex, 29 degree. What's that, Leo? I don't know, just saying watch women, faded, engaged. Oh, what's that show called? Atlantis. Atlantis is a show we need to watch 100%. That's what it made me think of, Atlantis. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with women in Hygeia. women, we need to be very mindful of emotionally reacting, how we react to things, like how quickly we react, especially being left out or like not. Yeah. Where's Pandora at? Okay. 2, 3, 4, 4. Third house. Yeah, we need to be very mindful about that. Oof. I appreciate this. This is really good, useful for us. This is really gonna change our viewpoints of how we react to situations. Ooh, we gonna be some bad mugs for real. I like this, but we need to be very mindful of how we react to situations. Yes. So let's look at the sun. The sun is in Virgo. It goes Vesta, Mercury, Orcus, Sun. It's 10 degrees separation between Orcus and Sun. That means it's a standing on business. It's a standing on business test. With this, I need us to be very mindful of parallel play within our thoughts. Also, there can be confusion because we're thinking about one thing and someone else is thinking about a thing totally different. So we should just follow up. But like, what do you mean by that? Like, what are you thinking about? You feel me? Like, have those conversations. Be open to say, I think I'm misunderstanding something. So say that out loud, 100%. There might be some issues with plumbing. What's this, Virgo? Yeah. It's not plumbing per se, but it's like the speed of plumbing. I need us to be very mindful about that. Yeah. We might have to do something manually, okay, to get it to do it how it's been doing circulation its own way. We might need to help it manually first to get it started again. Okay, yeah, that's really good. That's really good. The moon, where's the moon at? Opposition, it's in Pisces. It's in 25-degree. It goes Saturn conjunct, I think it's 11-degree orbit. Okay, so with 11-degree orbit, we need to understand that there is an ability to, we need to step out a little bit. So that's what I'm saying. It's a Saturn moon here, which is useful for us to pay attention to our dreams. So maybe we'll be, it's not even maybe, we'll be having a whole lot of dreams where we're going through tests where we're like in nature, or like tests where like, we're trying to like pay attention to things that's happening from far away. Tests is in like maybe animals are around us. Test is like survival test. Test is like trusting one own self test. Yeah, 100%. 100%. There'll be a whole lot of Saturn moon dreams, so that's a psychic test in dreams. This is all useful, Saturn moon and moon Neptune. It's all useful so you can be able to be more attuned and be more aware of what people are saying, to follow what people are saying. But there also will be an escape ability, more so escaping, wanting ability of like, opposition would be 5th house, of like, I don't know, maybe the things that you want to do, starting tasks, finishing, what's that? 5th house, Virgo. I'm gonna get so itchy, y'all, give me a second. 5th house, Virgo. Just completing daily tasks, okay? So maybe we want to escape doing daily tasks And I would just say that we need to take breaks, mental breaks, physical breaks, okay? That's our thing. We could be maybe overstimulated, that's up to do too much, and we shouldn't be doing that much at all. At all. Okay. With this, there might be a problem, not really problem, but like trouble getting deep sleep. And I look for Ram, the asteroid, so we can get that REM sleep. Um, excuse me, Ram is conjunct Mars, so there might be a need for us to stretch our legs, our arms, our back, our stomach. Cancers were cool. We might need to drink some cool tea, room temperature water, you know, stuff like that to assist us. But the stretching and the like of the joints is something we need to 100% do. Super duper do. And maybe like fix your covers and prepare yourself for bed. That too. Stretch your joints. Are your Barbie joints? Are your connectable joints? That is how you prepare yourself for sleep for the lunar eclipse. Yeah, that was just us was sleeping. You all, I don't really know much about Odin, but Odin is coming up very strongly. German mythology is coming up very strongly. So if that's your arena, that's your area. If that's what you practice, this is a very strong aspect, and it is to be very mindful about how now the community, the nature will be communicating with us about this. Okay, perfect, 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 perfect. Especially our dreams. Our dreams will be talking a lot about Odin, so pay attention to that. Okay, Odin's day, I believe, is Wednesday. Okay, so Mercury. I need us to also be very mindful about there might be inflammation in our legs, inflammation in our joints. Maybe it's like warm inflammation. I need us to be very mindful about that. Also, there's a universal lesson with parents, um, and I think it's like you haven't listened to your parents, and now your child isn't listening to you, and it's not like a ignorance thing, but it's more so like a like need or want to express one's own independence and freedom from the security or authoritativeness of parents, and we need to think about how we can say things in a way that it would be useful for children to accept and to attain and to use, and not like ignore the guidance. Okay, so I need us to be very mindful about how we express our guidance and how we more so allow our children to present it back to us, so we know that they're secure and ready for the adventures. Okay. Let me see if there's anything else I need to say out loud. This overall chart for lunar eclipse is about socially engagement. Okay, it will show about how friends' behaviors have really impacted us, impacted our relationship with ourselves. But also think about how you engage with your friends, and how you engage with yourself during this time, and then when you're not around your friends, and how you engage with yourself. I need us to be very mindful about that. Need us to be very mindful about that. Need us to be very mindful about that. Okay. Don't forget that there are tests or more so accidents in the first house, sixth house, ninth house. First house is about the awareness of self. Sixth house is about the taking of the knowledge in and making sure that the systems do not fail you, and the systems that usually fail you or the, you know, just the world out here. So the systems have to fill us in a way so that we can make our own paths, so we can build our own paths, so we can build our own safety habits. You feel me? Because if we don't build our own paths, we might be following someone else's path, but our path is destined, and maybe it's similar to other people's, but we have to go this and this and do that and do that. You feel me? So we need to be very mindful about these other aspects, okay? So we can start building and start journeying to our own path, and so we can understand what each system needs to journey during this path, okay? So when you journey down a path, you start to understand, like, okay, I make a right at this and make a left during this, you feel me? So you don't get lost the next time you come down this path, right? But the next time you come down this path, you might want to use that path but journey down a different railroad. So say you go right, then left, you feel me? You ain't never been left before. And now you realize that if you go right, left, you need a flashlight, you need some rope. So this will allow you to be more survival preparedness, you feel me? So just think about that this lunar eclipse is very much asking you, how prepared really are you? What's your preparation method like, you feel me? How do you communicate, and how do you express yourself? It's a lot of self-development tests. 6. Self-faith, standing on that, you feel me? You said you was gonna do that. Are you doing that? You feel me? 9th house is the awareness of like your own wisdom that you take it in, okay? But 9th house test can also just be, you feel me, is the wisdom that you gain, you feel me? How are you using that wisdom into your practical everyday life? Okay, 1. And then second, the other aspect of that is then like, how are you now incorporating a different facet from that higher perspective, okay? Where do you now take it in from that, you feel me? How are you using it in a bunch of different other ways, okay? That's how we're using the lunar eclipse. So we need to be very mindful about those areas, those things, those dreams. Also, dreams of ancestors might be really up. They might be communicating and sharing with you a lot of ancestral secrets, deep within secrets, okay? 100%. Oh, I think I need to say something else. Because people want to be escaping their everyday like routines, they may want to escape through smoking and like sensually, like it's like oral, it's mouth, like oral fixations, okay? So be very mindful about the oral fixations, okay? So when you're overstimulated, you orally want to engage. So that might be chewing the gum for a little minute. That might be eating, you feel me? That might be eating some chips, you feel me? So we need to be very mindful about our intake. Perfect. Excellent. So that's the lunar eclipse. And the lunar eclipse is September 17th, 2024, okay? Now we're at 1 hour and 13 minutes, and now we're moving to the solar eclipse. The solar eclipse is October 2nd, 2024, okay? So let me write that down. 1 hour and 13 minutes. Solar eclipse. The solar eclipse is now broadcasting or showing things as previously went on in the lunar eclipse. Yes, but also the previous dates that the solar eclipse showed are dates that we need to be very mindful of. Okay, perfect, excellent. Okie dokie. So the ascendant for the solar eclipse chart is Capricorn. So from this, we know that this is a 9th house from the lunar eclipse is now in the 1st house, okay? So we said that there was a 1, 6, 9th house test, and now we have a 9th house in the 1st house. So this is all the previous information that you've learned. So when we do this playing card, it's going to show up as hearts, clubs, spades, then diamonds. Spades, then diamonds, because the diamonds is the balancing facet of all of this. The spades and diamonds also, because it's going to show us that there's a deficiency within the ground. Wonderful. Excellent. Okay. Solar eclipse, sorry, the chart, the ascendant is 3. And it goes part of fortune, ascendant, Ixion, Pholus, Quaoar, Circes, and almost said Pluto. It is Pluto. So this is an accident house. And you say, why is there an accident house? Because the first degree is a lower degree 3, and the last degree is a high degree 29. So there's a facet that we need to think clearly when we are moving, when we're expressing, when we're assigning things, okay? We need to think clearly. We need to move clearly. That also says we need to be expressing and moving our joints because there could be a stiffness. So we need to be very mindful about our oil intake. This also makes you think about brittleness. To assist with brittleness, we need to do what? Not just slap oil, but we need to do a hydration oil method, you feel me? To retain the moisture. There's a retaining method that we need to have. Okay, so there might be a retaining problem that there might be going on. This solar eclipse really highlights bridges. We need to be very mindful about that. Bridges that transport, like boats, bridges that transport people, just bridges in general. It's saying we need to be very mindful about foundational engagements. It's giving like metals, and I really don't even know why. It's handcrafted things, man-made things. We need to be very mindful about that. Clay is something that we need to think about using clay. Maybe making art with clay, maybe using clay, but clay is very important. Also, chalk is very important here, but just the movement of our hands, the flexibility of our hands. So we need to be very mindful of our joints. There might be a rigidness in our body, but there's like an inflexible we need to be very mindful of. And if people are like building things, we need to think about how flexible things can be with the wind, how flexible things can be. Like there's not a swaying method here, okay? So we need to think about that, hopefully, honestly. Okay, so on the ascendant, there is Ixion and part of fortune. But with Ixion, it's also Pholus, and it's also Quaor, and it is also Circes. This is Juno. Let me see. Yeah, I don't have my glasses on. Juno, Circes. Girl, I don't have my glasses on. I'm not gonna find it, okay? We're not gonna pay attention to it then. So, ascendant and Ixion. On the ascendant, we need to be very mindful of taking accountability for self. What really does that mean to take accountability for self, okay? And we don't have to say like take accountability for like all parts of like the engagement of everything. No, just take accountability for like being mature. What does it mean to take accountability? What does it mean to be responsible? What does it mean to take ownership of self? Taking ownership of self, taking ownership of one viewpoints about the world, taking ownership about oneself, taking ownership about one's body, taking ownership about one's independence. You feel me? When you take ownership of that, you claim your stake at yourself. You claim yourself. And in that claiming moment, now you're honoring, or more so growing your understanding about who you are, what you like, what you don't like, how to nurture yourself, how to keep yourself safe, how to continue to develop yourself. You feel me? From that, there's a layering aspect. So the solar eclipse allows us to not just grow our intuition and our awareness of the self that previously went on in the lunar eclipse, but it's allowing us to build off that aspect. Okay? So the solar eclipse, we need to be very mindful about rigidness in ourselves. So not taking accountability for self, okay? So I'm going to just quickly read through this chart, okay? So during this chart, it really looks like that there is going to be a lot of manholes and sewer engagements, a lot of laws about children, especially children in juvie, are going to just be coming up. There also might be, we need to be very mindful about our mental engagements, especially how we communicate and talk to ourselves, especially how we see ourselves and how we want to grow out of that world. We also need to start seeing ourselves in our community and how our communities impact us, right? And then we also need to see about different parts of our community, right? Different parts we haven't seen yet. That means that there's also different parts within ourselves that we haven't journeyed and ventured into yet, right? So this also allows us to start thinking about the inner depths, the small paths and features in ourselves that we haven't seen, right? That we haven't envisioned, that we haven't experienced, right? So start experience that in the world so you can experience that within yourself, okay? We need to be very mindful about railroads. We need to think about the perseverance and preservation of self. What really does that mean to keep this body, to preserve this body? What does it mean to preserve something? How are you going to preserve yourself? What area, what part of your legacy are you going to preserve? What really does that mean for you, so that the solar eclipse is from that area, from that standpoint? But it's also really highlighting authority, their engagements with power, personal power, individual power. Also, we need to be very mindful of shaking up and throwing away illusions, especially mental illusions that people have, society has, systems have ingrained within ourselves. We need to be very mindful about that and start thinking about that. How mental games and mental illusions are playing, okay? We need to be mindful of them and take it in, okay? Be very mindful what you're attaching yourself to, what you're connecting yourself to. There is a accident within Taurus in the 5th house, so Hygeia in Uranus. We need to be very mindful about who we're talking to. We need to be very mindful about, is respiratory, okay? Wear a mask. That's something we need to wear a mask. Wear a mask. Also, if we previously pay attention to things, okay? Really pay attention and listen, okay? Be very mindful of who we lay down with and who we get. Think about their values. For sleep, there might also be Daniels and the Lion Dance story is very important for the solar eclipse, okay? So take all that in. Man and sewer hose, sleep is important. Having trust in oneself, undeniable trust, unshakable trust, okay? We need to really clean the surface of things, especially in September, October, November, December. Clean the surface of things. They're just like germs sitting on top of surfaces. And that's what's being highlighted. The solar eclipse chart, okay? That's what's being highlighted. Wisdom, opposition, Icarus. There is an ignorance here, and that's our self-undoing, is to pay attention to our parents' wisdom. So that's why that parents' wisdom was previously identified and said in the lunar eclipse. All right, you all. So family secrets will also be shared, especially origin secrets, where you all are from. I need us to not think with our dick. To not think with our dick. Do not think with our sexual self, sexual needs, sexual. Don't just think about that, okay? We need to think about how we connect and how we connect to our sensual side of ourselves, our sensual needs, and why they are important. So things that we need to stretch to assist with going to sleep is our lower back, our spine, our Barbie joints, our neck, our shoulders, our unclench our jaws, right underneath our arms, okay? So there are our enemies. Let's talk about our enemies really quickly, okay? Our enemies are playing a 1-7 as a 4-10. They should never give us those secrets. You should never tell us how you feel very insecure within yourself and you don't feel validated by your family because you don't have any power anywhere else, okay? So you should never tell us that you're really searching for power in the outer world because you really want it at home. You should never tell us those secrets like that, okay? But they're telling us secrets like that. So because they're playing a 1-7 as a 4-10, understand that society has ingrained in their behavior and it's impacted their awareness about themselves and their awareness about what they can and cannot do. But it also allows us to know that they have following tendencies and society needs to validate them, okay? Wonderful, okay? So now we know about our ops, now we know about our enemies, okay? So what are we going to do about that? We're going to ignore it. We're going to let all this information roll off on us, and we're just going to keep it going, okay? So how can you validate yourself from all this information, okay? How can you validate yourself? So why is any of this information useful about the Mercury, Uranus, and Uranus, Mercury? Uranus is sesquiquadrate, 135 degrees away from Mercury, and it talks about an imbalance. And it's not really an imbalance, it's more so a problem that's karmic, that people don't really recognize unless someone assists in pointing it out, or unless they assist. Even okay. Oh my goodness, my eye, y'all. So I'm sorry, my phone is like, I don't have any storage space on my iPad. Oh my goodness, my eye. Okay. So overall, this Uranus-Mercury allows us to know that from this 135-degree engagement, that this is also an area that talks about common cold, or more so respiratory arenas, that we need to be very mindful of. So the respiratory system, respiratory codes, is something that could be common, or more so repetitive. So that's something that we need to be very mindful of, that could be impacting us, and why we are talking about the Mercury Uranus and Uranus Mercury. All right, you all. Excellent. I am so glad we can finally get into this card message. Yeah, let's do the oracle first. All right, you all. Thank you all so much. The card that came out is Origins. Okay. I was really hesitant because I had to switch devices. I was on my iPad and now on my phone. We need to send more like running water, but it don't have to be like, you know, you going to a large river. It could be like a little stream or something. It could be like a little creek or something. It could be something small. Well, we need to hear it, be around it, and that can cleanse us as well. Little bells, ding, 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 singular bells. That's very useful to cleanse it out a huge space as well. I see people gongs and just going around and hitting it and cleansing it in like large rooms. What is the eclipse message? What is the eclipse message? When I say eclipse, I mean eclipse season 2024, this September and October. What is the eclipse message? See, I hate when cards fall on the floor. It really woes me. Okay, back of the deck is consciousness. First card that fell out is chance, connection, grounded. This is a really good time to do gambling, and I really wanted to talk about that in the solar eclipse reading, but I was running out of storage space on my iPad. I had to quickly talk about the chart so we can get in and get out. But it's a really good time to do gambling play, to vote on yourself, to do like to not like put all your money into gambling, but to pick an avenue of gambling that you want to gamble in. Bet on yourself. I would more so like see what the running rate is, do it from that perspective and not go crazy, okay? But this is a really good chance to bet on yourself, trust yourself, take calculated risk. That's the thing. That's the key word, calculated risk, okay? It's chance, connection, and grounded. So two of these two words are chance and connection. Both starts with C's, okay? So I need us to be very mindful about our thought process, our engagement with ourselves, our engagement with inspiration, okay? Also has a crown here. So there is a sense of responsibility and royalty that we need to think about when we engage in ourselves, when we engage in our movements, but when we just engage in general, okay? And from this, we need to move in a sense of groundedness. And here, maybe Navy is very important. Ships is very important. Anchored, being like secure in a moment. What anchors you to the ground? You feel me? When you're floating, when you're too mental, when you're too in your mind, when you're too out in the world, how do you ground yourself? When you're too like emotional, how do you ground yourself? When you're too like, you know, grounded to the ground, how do you let go a little bit, you feel me, to release that? How do you flow with that, you feel me? So we need to start thinking about it from every avenue, okay? Front of the deck, direction. I'm trying to say that this is going to be like a north-south, not a north-south, but this is going to be a spade, heart, club, then diamond. It's going to be that 100%. But our mental, our thought, our ego is very much something we need to train. Our mental and our ego. Our responsibility. Our responsibility is going to be the weight on our mental and our ego. Oh, I should probably read it out the book, huh? All right, so let's do chance. Hopefully these words are like in a ordered sense, and if not, that would be hilarious. Strength, wisdom, open, ancient, conceal, linear, escape, metamorphosis, seeking connection. Okay, we're gonna read connections 2 first. A crown of stars and moons represents the invisible but powerful crown we all wear, our crown chakra. This wheel of pure source energy sets us above our physical being and acts as a conduit which connects us to the spiritual realm. The healthier and more cleansed our crown chakra is, the better and stronger our connection to the unseen dimensions are. The universe is asking you to open up your crown to spend the time and effort required for healing and working to understand it. You have been given a physical vessel and there is an etheric body. Both of these can be enhanced and heightened by an open and working crown chakra. By having your own personal portal connecting to you realms and dimensions unseen by our physical sight, you are able to constantly receive information and universal guidance. These are cosmic downloads being sent to us by other sources, spirits, and beings. These entities are an integral part of forming and developing for our spiritual identity. A working crown chakra is an important piece in your soul's toolkit to help you reach back to past lives, to lean over and to look into alternate timelines, and to glance upwards to know that there is far more than the universe than the human race residing on earth. Use your crown to connect with the soul, your family, your higher self, and your spirit guides. Ooh. Okay, so consciousness. I'm not reading that, so sorry, y'all. Chance. You are going to be taking a chance and rolling the dice of life. A new beginning awaits, and the universal powers are asking for a leap of faith from you. The next step of your path is not lit and is yet to take physical form. Right now, it is a dark, blank stretch of canvas. It is you and your self-belief, combined with your infinite strength, which will illuminate your path and build surroundings into something real and tangible. When we are asked to take a leap, it is a human nature to question it. It is normal to think of all which can go wrong and that stands in your way. But when we are reminded that the ageless depths of our souls and the countless times it has taken a chance, it is clear to see the universe is on your side. The cosmos is in your corner. So leap and see whatever you fly or fall. There is still beauty in falling or having tried. Or don't take that step into the unknown and be forever in life wandering. Grounded. Grounded. Protected. Rebirth. I wish this was in alphabetical order. That would be so useful. And it don't have no numbers on it, so anything can go, right? Anything. Divine, see beyond, cleanse, gateway, persevere, celebrate, messenger, Pandora's box, ooh, future, communicated, grounded. Okay. The roots which anchor you both spiritually and physically to the heart of Gaia have become thin, tired, and frayed. When we have a weakened connection to the earth, our sense of being grounded is also weakened. This can lead us to feeling untethered, drifting without a proper connection to the ground or energy which radiates from and surrounding. You need to take the time to pause for a cleanse and a much needed reconnect. Place your bare feet on the ground below you. Allow source energy to enter through your crown and to travel down through your central column. At the same time, feel the love and warmth of Mother Earth radiate upwards into the soles of your feet. Feel your body and spirit relax and soften. A source energy from the cosmos moves, and gas energy from below merge within you. Feel as this movement and transference of energy lights your being and creates new roots which will reconnect you to our mother. Allow that pure, bright energy and warm white light to re-strengthen your bonds and nourish your roots. You can only ascend as high as your anchor to the ground beneath you. Reconnect it, reestablish, and replant yourself. Reconnect it, reestablish, and replant yourself. Ooh. Ooh. All right, y'all. Let's do it. What is the eclipse message? September 2024. October 2024. I closed my eyes and I just saw people like peering off like a little balcony, and it's like over some water. You know, they have like boats off the back of their house because they live on the water. It's like because they live on I don't know. But they don't have that in Chicago. Unless you live like a boat bar. It's like stuff like that. Unless you have stuff like that. But yeah, something's going on with that. Girl, all them cards came out. Okay, I'm not taking no more cards. Back of the deck is Ace of Diamonds. Dang. 7, Jack, 4 of Hearts, 7 of Spades, 2, Joker. Old lovers have watched us on social media if you want to know. This is also not a really good time for us. 7 of Spades, not awareness. Yeah, we can purposely put ourselves in a trap if we're not aware about situations, about people. Relationship trap. Yeah. Yeah, I don't... Whoever we get in a relationship with, we need to make sure that their values align with our values. That when we share what we want in a relationship, that they also want... we should be very mindful of how we give in a relationship. We need to be very mindful of if they give back to us, and if they're not receiving, like if they're not giving to us like we're giving, we shouldn't be giving to them. You feel me? You understand what I'm trying to say? We need to be very mindful if we're having unprotected sex with people. Like, just be serious. Who all are they engaging with? Also, this might be a time for us to... This is a time for us to really get our mojo back 100%. When we get our mojo back, this is a test on ourselves, a test on like our sociability within ourselves. We don't really have to give that much to our friend group or to friend groups in general to feel like engaged, connectable. We don't have to. I feel like it low-key drains ourselves when we do stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah, it drains our energy. And it takes us like a long time to recuperate from things like that. I'm seeing about like a week to recuperate from things like that. We need to learn how to think about what we give our energy to, what we invest our energy to, because that's really the long time. We need to think about 7 of Clubs. It's like a war here. 4 of Hearts, 2 of Diamonds. What they want? Somebody's natural resource. It's like I don't know. Somebody's going to take somebody's natural resources. It could be 3 people, a group of 3, going to do it. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. That awareness. Mhm. 6 of diamonds, 10 of diamonds. Yeah. Yeah. We need to be very mindful about that. There is ancestral wisdom here. Uh, I don't think we're really picking up on it. We're not. We're not really taking it in. I think we're not really 7 of hearts. Yeah, we're not really like aware of it or how it's communicating with us. I think this is a really good time to get a reading because all these sevens are here. It's a really good. This is a really good time to get a personal reading. Like general readings would be useful for us to get like a basic confirmation, but because of the confirmation to be there, we should just go ahead and get a scheduled personal reading so it can like personally connect to whatever the situation is, so we can have the confirmation for that. You feel me? What I'm trying to say? Like, because there's a lot of like external already confirmations that we're not previously picking up, we need to really check in with ourselves 100%. We need to also think about how much energy we're investing into situations because we can really exhaust ourselves mentally and physically. This is a whole experience of learning through like experience and then a situation to take in the information. This is to learn how to engage with people. I like this. It moves from the 2 of diamonds up to the 6 of diamonds. So it talks about there's um, internal growth that has to go on 100%. Internal happiness that must grow on. I feel like something that would assist us with mentally calming down would be moving our hands, maybe gardening, maybe writing poetry, maybe writing out how we feel. Yeah. Pay attention to the green flags and red flags in relationships. Yeah. Yeah, here go that child thing again. Yeah, that child and friend. We need to be very mindful about that. I like that. Back of the deck is Ace of Diamonds. This is good information to tell people. Yeah, this is a trusting of myself 100%. Because we need to be very mindful of who we sleeping with for real. Think of people's values. Because at first we're not thinking people's values, thinking about how people just engage in their confidence, and then we think about and then we reflect at the end like, nah, that's not useful. We just paying attention to how situations feel. We're trying to gain emotional security. Maybe we're bored emotionally. I think I was just going and reflect on what I need to make myself not bored. 100%. 100%. I like this. This is a really good message. This is like a really good trusting of myself, building intuition of myself, trusting one's own intuition. This eats. This message eats. What's the takeaway oracle that we should just go away on? This is giving our head. Our head is just like blowing up. We need to eat more vegetables. Ooh, takeaway card. Oh my gosh, I can't pick it up. escape. All right, you all. I love it. Ancient records. I told y'all that information is finna come out. It's finna come out. It's finna come out. On me. That juvenile stuff is coming up. Yeah. All right, y'all. Stay safe. Be mindful. Be clear. Be aware of that electromagnetic system in our aura system. And understand, I love you all. I love you all. I love you all. And have a wonderful eclipse season.